Okay, so hi. Some of yous were asking in my last video for me to show you like what I actually do every day for my makeup routine or my everyday makeup routine. Why do I make it sound so weird? Just my everyday makeup routine. What are my go-to products? What is my go-to routine? And I gotta say, honestly, a lot of the times I'm looking like this. Bare face, nothing except I do always do my skincare 100%, but on days that I'm rushing out of the house or say after the gym, because I do go to the gym a few times a week and sometimes I do a little bit of makeup after, sometimes on the weekends, if we want to go out to brunch or something, but I don't want to do like the whole thing, this is what I do. I very, very, very rarely now do like a full face of makeup. I'm just not loving how it looks on my skin anymore. So this has been the majority of the time the routine that I'm doing. I'll show you, there's like a mix of products for each category that I bounce back between. So I'll show you what I've been using, so maybe that can help you out and see if you either have it in your collection already or give you some different price point options if you're looking to add any of these systems into your routine. But it's very minimal makeup, guys. We're not going to be breaking the internet here with a cut crease, nothing like that today. It's going to be bare bones, minimum. You're going to be surprised. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be surprised if you know me for all the years that I used to do all the crazy stuff. Then you know me. I'm also able to drink kombucha again for anybody wondering. Nobody's wondering. No, but really, I can drink it sparingly. I don't drink caffeine, and apparently there is quite a bit of caffeine, or possibly, in kombucha, and it used to trigger my migraines and headaches. So now, and I love the taste though, so now I can do like a little bit. So I'm really happy about that. Yay. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's go, boo. So I mentioned skincare is what I do not skip out on at all. I know this is, makeup routine really video, but I want to really drill it in. I may not always do my makeup, but I will always do my skincare. And I feel like that's half the battle these days since, I'm really just trying to embrace my naturalness. I mean, I'm even letting this guy shine. Okay. I don't even care. Whatever. So I still use Jan Marini. I've been using it now for like at least 3 years. I get it from Two Beauties Eureka, which is my best friend. Liz owns it. She has a physical store up there in Eureka, California, but also an online store. I got my regimen from her. Everybody's going to be different. So if you're interested in getting set up in the Jan Marini system, contact her and she can help you out and hook you up on what would be best for your skin. Even virtually, I believe she still does. Well, I'm dry skin. So let's talk about that for a second. Not really, we don't really need to go over it for a long time, but I am dry, so I do moisturize a lot. A lot of the things that I'll be talking about obviously work best for my dry skin. However, I would say in the summertime, which is what we're in right now, it's more normal. So I will adjust this based on the seasons, very much so. So right now I have products here in front of me that are more suited for normal-ish skin types. They're not overly moisturizing and they're not drying either. I'll never be like fully matte anymore, never. No. Sunscreen too, don't forget that. So bear that in mind while I go over these products. More for, those normal combo skin types of a little bit of dryness. Like I said, in the summer, I'm not as dry, but in the winter, oh baby, this is gonna be a totally different routine, which I can update you guys in the future. So let me show you what I've been doing now. So no primer, don't even bother. I'm gonna go in with one of these tinted moisturizers. That's what it's just like, I know I said it in the last video, but it's just like so weird for me. This is what I've had a hard time like grasping this year, how I was not a tinted moisturizer girl. Like not at all, not at all. Like I had to find some this year that I actually enjoy. And I love these ones. So I used Glow in the last one. I'm not going to use that one again because the last video I showed that one. I love it's from that Tarte line Sugar Rush, the Skin Treat. This little travel size lasts me forever. So I'm good with that one. Same thing with the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. Now that I'm mentioning this, I don't know if it's discontinued yet. But again, the travel size, if you can get it, that's a good one. This one is a little bit more leaning to matte natural. So if you are oily, you can get away with the Skin Treat. This one's more hydrating, the Maracuja. So, but today I'm going to go with the Tarte BB Tinted Treatment Primer. Now you might remember this from back in the day. Apparently people loved it back in the day. It at some point went viral again on TikTok. I don't know, but I was looking at stuff anyways from Tarte. Tarte really makes a lot of my favorite foundations, tinted moisturizers, all of that. I really do enjoy them. This one does lean more natural matte, so it's great for me in the summertime. Doesn't have a huge shade range because it's so light in coverage. Like it doesn't need, it's just like a fair, medium, light, dark type of situation. I can layer it if I'm feeling like I need a tiny bit more coverage, but again, it's like a sheer to light coverage. It's not going to go up to medium. It's very light, and I like that I can throw it on with my fingertips really quickly. So if I'm feeling more red or discolored one day, I can just throw this on and that kind of makes me feel put together. Like I could just do this and be like, okay, at least I'm like a little bit evened out. And there is sunscreen in it, SPF 30. So that is good for a little bonus boost. And I like that I don't need to wear primer. It feels like it smooths out the pores, where if you use products that are more dewy, it emphasizes the pores a little bit, that shine, right? In certain lighting, you can feel almost more texturized. This one kind of makes it more camouflage. I don't want to say camouflage, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Blurred. The word I'm looking for. I'd like to solve the puzzle. Blurred. That's what it is. So blurred. But you'll see like this guy, he's a little bit blurred, but he's still there. So for this situation, if I want, I can go in with a little bit more coverage. And what I've been doing too, what I did when I went to Vegas where it was super hot, and Palm Springs. So I've just been in like dry, hot climates, but it's been humid because there's been monsoons. So hasn't actually been dry. It's been hot and muggy. Okay. So I need to dry a little bit, but I wanted to beef up my coverage a little bit. But the full coverage has just been texturing me out like crazy. So what I did was I took my Huda Beauty stick and I just took my spongy sponge, okay? It's just a foundation stick. They make a lot. I'm actually going to try the new Fenty one soon. I just ordered it from Sephora. So I'm going to do a video as soon as I can of some new product that I actually want to test out for this kind of similar look. But just to test some stuff out for you guys that I'm curious about. But look it. I just did that and I got a little bit more coverage instead of going in with a thick concealer, which is what I was using. That's it. And this kind of stick foundation is more almost waxy and it just blends in really well with whatever tinted moisturizer I've been pairing it with. And I don't have to put it everywhere, just in like I have a little pimple situation over here and I can take it with the fine point of the Beauty Blender. Well, this isn't even a Beauty Blender. This is that AOA Studio Sponge dupe that you can get from Amazon now. $1.50, but you can get like a 6-pack for, I don't know, $9? Is that what it is? Anyway, see, look at that. So he's already going away, okay? He's already saying bye-bye, take a little nap, I'll see you later when I wash this off. But that's just giving me like a little bit more coverage without having to go in with a thick concealer. And especially my nose. My nose has been really red all summer. You know, I wear a lot of sunscreen, but even the sun still gets me. Then I don't feel like I have to use a powder. And I just added like a little bit, especially because the sponge dilutes it. If I went in straight in with this stick, it's more medium and you could build it up to full. But just taking on the sponge and just pressing it where you need to go has helped a lot. But I still feel like if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna want like a little bit of coverage around my eyes. So this is the Jouer High Coverage Concealer Pen. This is a cream concealer. And I just put it right there where I have the darkness. I need to put it, no, I don't need to. I don't need to do any of this. I would like to put it right here, but I get so textured right there. I have some smile lines going there, a little crow's feet starting, that I try to really minimize how much I'm using because I would rather have a little bit of darkness there than emphasize any kind of texture that I have, you know? And then for this one, because I'm using such a light concealer, lightweight concealer, light coverage, I go in with the little concealer brush or sometimes my fingers. Let's do that because this is the everyday for real life. I'm gonna take my finger really quick and just pat that out. And then sometimes I'll grab my sponge and just do this little press because I don't want any excess rolling around. Is there any, and then I just look really quickly, is there any other areas that I really want to cover? No, that little stick, that foundation stick worked really good. ColourPop, they used to make a good one. They've changed, I don't know if they've changed the formula, they changed the packaging. The other concealer that I do really like that's more affordable is Makeup Revolution, the Eye Bright Concealer. This is like a little sponge tip. It's a little bit more brightening and sometimes it can crease on me in my smile lines if I go a little too ham on it and I don't set it. So you have to set this one. For this cream stick from Jouer, I don't feel like I need to set it. I feel like because it's a cream product, it goes fine. And I'm not putting it right under my smile lines where that's where I mainly get the creasing. When I just put it right here, usually we're good to go. So I can see that I still have old Georgie or old Bob, whatever you want to give him a name for, because he's been here all week. If I want a little bit more coverage, where'd I go? Where'd it go? Did I already put that other concealer away? Usually I don't have this many products out, but I'm trying to show you guys options here, so I'm really making myself confused. Oh, I put it back in my makeup thing. Okay, so what I would do is I would just take a little bit on my finger Just press it onto him. But it's gonna be there. Like, it's gonna be there, and I don't want to overdo it. I don't want one area that has so much cakiness and it just doesn't make sense. So that's that, you know? And if I wasn't talking, like, it's so quick, okay? It's so quick. Then for my other coloration that I want to bring back into my face, sometimes, a lot of times during the summer especially, I do self-tanner on my cheekbones like once a week. Like that, you know, and then sleep with it, and then it comes off, and then it gives me like a really pretty glow. I did like a shorts video on it. I really like that. Like, that's, you wake up and it's just already there. So it's like a stain of a self tanner. It's great. So, but I didn't do that. So let me show you. This is just the Milani one. I feel like this is the best one. The Liquid Contour Concealer and Perfect. Right now I'm the shade 2 Ginger. In the off season, I'm just the shade 1. So I'm a little bit darker right now after all of my vacationing. So I just put that on, blend it out with the sponge. Really simple. Blushes, it really depends on my mood and what's also closest to me. It's so funny. Back in the day, I didn't have a favorite blush. Now I have like a million favorite blushes. So it doesn't matter as long as it's coral. All of these work really well. I love the Milani Cheat Kiss Coral Crush is my favorite, obviously. These are all cream blushes that I have powders I like, but I've just been on creams. All of my stuff has just been creams, easy. Melt, this is the Golden Hour Cream Blush Light. This one's fine. I'm not 100% in love with it, but it works. Then I have the LYS. This is like an affordable brand at Sephora. This is a great cream blush too. And the Charlotte Tilbury, I do like this one. I've tried some other dupes and I feel like this one's really where it's at. This is the Glowgasm in Pinkgasm. I like that one. Has a good highlighty look to it. And then I'm going to use today the Sigma though, because I really fell in love with this one when I went to visit Liz, actually. Cream blush, and again, Coral Dawn. No surprise there. I really enjoy this one. She sells that as well. And I just take my sponge and I just plop it in, you guys, and I can do a little bit or a lot of it, however my mood feels. I've been more heavy on the blush lately, especially since I went since I went copper with my hair. I've been really just letting that blush shine, man, which is the kind of the trend the last couple years anyways. I guess I'm just finally embracing it. But what I like about this already that I can tell, my pores are not overly emphasized. I don't look dry, but I don't look too glowy either. Because like I said, when products are too glowy for me, just texturizes everything. Or it just highlights it. I mean, it's glow. It's putting shine on everything. But this is perfect. So letting that blush shine, making me look healthy, but I can still see all my freckles. Everything is happening and it's fine. I just look a little bit more, you know, put together, a little bit more awake. Another weird thing, highlight. Haven't been wearing a lot of highlight. When I do, I just grab one of my cream highlights and I just use a little bit. This one is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Just like, this is probably too much. Just that little bit. Sometimes I grab the Auric and I'll just do like the teeny little pop, just like a little tiny bit, because again, I'm trying to not overly draw attention to my smile lines around my eyes, especially. So just that little bit of glow. So when I, turn, I still like the glow. I just don't want it to texturize. I'm just having a midlife crisis, okay? No, ever since I turned 35 this year, I've been freaking out. Just things haven't been sitting as well with me. So that's pretty much the face. I'm going to spray a setting spray on. My favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. I am trying to look for a dupe because I don't like spending the money and I still don't like how it smells. But I also sometimes grab just like whatever I can grab. This from Milani, I just got in PR. I'm going to try this in the next video too. The Make It Last Dewy. Because this is kind of border dewy, this one. It's like normal / dewy. I don't know. It just makes me still hydrated. It doesn't matte me out like some setting sprays do. So I'm hoping this one might be a dupe for that, but we'll see. I'll try that next time for you guys. But that's that. If it's exceptionally hot outside, humid, whatever, sometimes I'll throw a powder on. This summer, I've been just going with Hourglass. I'll show you, but I don't really want to, but it does kind of help take away some of the shine if you don't love that. So I just take this and especially this guy kind of needs to be set a little bit. And I just kind of not even, it's not a lot. Like, I don't want you to think it's a lot because it ain't. I'm just putting it in those areas. If you're oily, you know, like those areas that creep up on you. But for me, it's kind of my texture lines. I get those, you know, those smile lines around your mouth, and I don't want any kind of the tinted moisturizer to kind of creep up in that area because it still will. And then right around the poresy pores, like that, right there. That's it. So I'm not going ham on my whole face, just a little bit. Just take away the shine. That's it. That's it. I know, weird. And this is like, when we say every day, this is like 2 or 3 times a week. Honestly, max. I'm trying to think. Let's do my brows. My brows have always been, you know, a little bit of a struggle for me. So I just, whatever brow pencil I can grab, I use. I do love this color CoverGirl Micro Brow Pencil, but I just repurchased this after being out for a few months. And I was just trying to use up whatever I have. But I just fill them in. Nothing crazy. Brows are filled in. And then I just grab some brow gel. Hello? Where are you? I don't know where that Milani one went. Okay. But I was just going to tell you that I'm not sold. I went back to the Too Faced Fluff and Hold. I have a new one on the way because this is like bottom of the barrel here. Because it's the perfect type of brow. I think it's called a brow wax. Yeah, but it's not waxy. It's not, but it doesn't like leave my brows shiny like I was saying the NYX Hold one does. I just want a natural finish. And that's doing this for me and also keeping my brows in place. And then the Milani one I tried with you guys last week, that one is too thick of a wax. That one like actually feels like a Men's Light Hold wax pomade, which I'm not looking for that. I have to be careful. If it glops too much, then it's like thick. It's not good. Not a good situation. So I put that on. Got a new one on the way. I like it. I'm happy with it now. Just wasn't what I was looking for when I first used it. I was first, you know, last year I was trying to laminate it like that Patrick Ta one. Now I don't like the Patrick Ta one for what I want to do anymore. It's good for that lamination look. And then I'll come back to my brows. I let them dry and then I fill them in with a brow pen because for some reason this doesn't last all day. And if I put a brow pen on it, it helps it. It helps it to not fade. So that's that. The eyes are so simple, you guys. It's crazy, okay? I used to be all about them eyeshadows, and it's not to say I won't ever, and it's not to say that I haven't this month. Like, I have done some eye looks, but it's just so minimal. Some days I'll put, like, the brown on with the shimmer. But what I've really been liking, you know, is channeling my fairy vibes, you know? So I'll go into my drawers over here. Sometimes I'll grab a ColourPop Super Shock, something like that, whatever. I go through my eyeshadow palette, whatever I want to grab. Again, it's mood-based, all right? This ColourPop Alice in Wonderland palette, which is one of the only palettes I bought this year, is so good for those fairy colors, that shimmer, because I have some of the Super Shocks in here. Like, it's so pretty. But I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I'm going to go through. I'm going to grab something that I like, something that I'll do. The Jelly Much. The Jelly Much are good for this look that I want to do, but all of mine are drying out. That's the only complaint I have. They dry out so fast no matter what I do. Those e.l.f. little glitters are good for this. Whatever you want to grab. So many palettes I have, have these light, sparkly shimmer shades that I like to use. Like this one. Hello. Ugh. Like this one. Oh, it's perfect for that too. Perfect. But let me see what I have that I want to do. All right, I'm going to use the Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette. Haven't grabbed this in so long, but she does the best duochrome shades. They're so, so pretty, and this just looks perfect for what I'm going for. So I'm going to do that, and it's funny. I'm, like, going through stuff, and I'm, like, reminiscing and, like, looking, and I'm like, ooh, starting to play with the different swatches again, and, like, just filming is making me excited about makeup again, okay? So thank you guys for suggesting this video because it's just getting my creative juices going, and I'm like, oh, there are different things and textures and stuff. So even though this is me and this is my space right now, I felt like I can't really do much with it. I actually think I can. So it's re-inspiring me. So thank you. Anyways, I'm going to go in with the shade Pretend. It's this beautiful pinky duochrome shimmer. And it's going to be hard with my talent, okay? If I didn't have these big ol' honking claws, I'd be able to just throw it on and go. Easy. I'm not going to really be able to do that. So I'll show you what I do when this is the case. But I throw it on right in that front, like right there, okay? Because I want this little pop of pink today. Why not? Just for funsies. And it shifts so pretty. Like I I guess it's basically that kind of very ethereal type of vibe is what I'm going for right now. So that's kind of in this weird, like it's not in the middle, it's like to the side, but not all the way to the side. Because on the middle, no, all the way on the side, in the center, in the tear duct area, there we go, that's more specific. I'm gonna wet this, not with my $50 Charlotte Tilbury spray. I'm gonna do it with the little cheapy $5 spray. I'm gonna wet my sponge because these do work better with a finger or a wet brush. And then I'm gonna grab that white shade. It's just like a white shimmer shade. You could use a Super Shock, whatever you got. And too much. Tap it off. And then I'm gonna just pop that into that tear duct area. And then I'm gonna blend it into the pink that I laid down. And the main dilly dad that I like to do is do it as a wash up here. So I'm not like going all the way to the brow. I'm going into this like diagonal section and I'm bringing that lighter shade just under where my brow starts arching. And I just really love how ethereal it looks. It's just really pretty. And I don't want any harsh lines, so I'm gonna kind of drag it, and I can even take my finger and press it. And I don't even want to take it all the way to the tail. Like, I'm hoping it's coming across on camera how I want it to, but it's just so pretty. And if I need a little bit more pink, I can throw that down to make sure it all blends nicely. But it's just glossy and pretty, but not glossy in the way that it's gonna like melt all over the place. I can't do like liquid glosses. And these, but the liquid glitters and shimmers that like e.l.f. and CoverGirl make work great for this. Or Stila if you're still buying those ones. They're just pricier. Like that is so pretty to me. Look at that. And then bring it down a little bit. And it takes like 5 seconds, especially if I don't have these nails and I can use my fingers. I love it. Sometimes though, you know, I feel like, you know, you're missing a little something on the edges, and I still want to kind of get that elongated look. So what I will do sometimes is do I have a shade in here? Maybe like a purple. This purple one down here kind of goes with it. And just kind of rub it on the lash line. Just kind of to make sure it doesn't just like stop. So you have all this shimmer and then nothing, and it just looks a little disconnected sometimes depending how bright the shimmers are. These ones are pretty bright. And doing this, rubbing it along the lash line to the outer corner, almost looks like I have an eyeliner on, except it didn't take me forever. And it's just, I just threw it right on. So like my brushes have not been being used. They have been neglected, if you will, because I'm just throwing this on with my fingers most of the time. Really pretty. And again, blend it so there's no harsh lines. And if I'm feeling real fancy, I will do a winged liner. It just depends on my mood. Today, I don't think I'm in the mood. But isn't that pretty? Doesn't that do something to you? It does something to me, at least. I'm going to go in with my favorite mascara. Still loving the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I love finding out how much you guys love this mascara. Also, because, you know, once you start it, you don't go back. Always curl my lashes. And I used to, hopefully I'm not freaking anybody out with this. You're like trying to skip this part. I used to be that lower lash mascara type of girl. But this year, like I said, everything changed. I'm just doing the top lashes, heavily coated top lashes. Like I really want it to make it look like I'm wearing falsies, but I'm not. I'm not gonna bother with that. If I wear any lashes these days, I'm doing like one of those lash systems that'll last me a few days, like that Kiss one that I did. I really liked that. And the only reason why I haven't done it lately is because my thing broke and it's dropping too much product. So I need to get a new glue. And then I still want to try that Kiss mapping system. So I'll try that as soon as I can get to it for you guys, like on a video. But I just layer it up and I concentrate it on the outer parts because I really want to get that winged out look. If you're not a user of the CoverGirl Exhibitionist yet, maybe this will get you. Look at that. Look at that. It's so good. So there's the mascara. And then again, if I have time. This is back to the brows, the brow pen. I don't love this one. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch. No, I take it back. I like it. It's too dark for me. I need to get a shade lighter. So this one or the Milani Weekend Brow is really good. Or the Melt one that I used to use. I'm out. That's why I say that. But I do still like that one. It's just only one shade. So be aware of that. But it's just, this is just drawing those little brow hairs that I don't actually have. I just don't like that this shade is so dark. But otherwise, it's good. And then for lips, I just like throwing whatever on. I'm going to try that new Gwen Stefani one that came out. That's coming with my Sephora too. I hope I have the Tarte one. Let me see. Yes, this is just the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. I still love my plumpers. I still like that tingle factor. So I just grab like whatever I can grab close to my skin tone that I don't mind reapplying later. Just to like bring some moisture to my lips, honestly. Sometimes I'll do a gloss on top, like specifically gloss. It just depends on my mood, man. But that's it. That's it. That's it. And if I wasn't talking, it would have been so much faster. But I wanted to give you guys those options to show you the different stuff because you don't have to have exactly what I use to get this look, to get a more minimal look. It's all about that tinted moisturizer, spot concealing, you know, instead of window concealing. Just like where we're all just walking around with a bunch of concealer, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not where I am at in my life. And quite a few of you said that's not where you're at. So hopefully this was helpful. There is like one little trick that you can do if you have like an angry bird on your face like I do. I was doing this last week when I went to a baseball game because it was fresh and large and in charge. I just took this e.l.f. foundation and it's a little dark for me, so bear with me. I'm gonna have to blend it out. And I just pat it onto that extra angry pimple, especially because it's the summer. And that just helps to camouflage him a little bit better. You know, if you have like one little area that's really bugging you, if you put a powder foundation on top of anything, it's gonna look a little bit cakey, so use sparingly. But honestly, it's all about spot concealing and just seeing like, where do I need a little extra something? Because I personally, right now at this stage of my life, I would rather have my discoloration coming through, my dark spots coming through, my freckles coming through. I love my freckles, so I don't mind those. But you know, like I'd rather have some redness coming through something than overly texturized skin. Like I like my skin better, like not with full coverage makeup anymore, which is weird because, you know, when we have skin that can handle full coverage makeup, then we like it. I don't know. It's just a different time. I'm just a different person right now, and I'm just embracing that. So I really like how this look comes out. It's not surprising to me, so I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is exactly what I like. Just let the blush shine a little bit. The lights make me even more glowy, I think, than I do just in my natural lighting. And honestly, if I wasn't talking, it is so quick. So this would be what I would consider more so my everyday. The purple kind of makes it a little bit more dramatic, but you saw how quick and easy that was to add. So it's just that easy to make it look a little bit more dressed up if I'm going to go to dinner, as opposed to like, you know, running around in the morning or whatever. I don't know, guys. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for the request. I always feel like that seems like more steps than I usually do when I'm getting ready. But at the end of the day, if I take out all the recommendations and alternatives, that is really what it is. Maybe I should do that. Let me know if I should do one of those videos again. I did one a long time ago of like start to finish, what I do, no talking, then we can really time it and see. If I talk, it's going to be like this, a ramble, because I miss you guys. I want to do stuff again. So feel free to make any kind of like recommendations or what you want to see videos for me do that isn't full coverage or 3 looks, 1 palettes anymore, because that's just not where I'm at this point in my life. But if you want more chill videos, relaxing videos like this, I'm happy to do them for you. Just want to make sure that you guys are interested in watching it. So there's that. Subscribe if you made it this far, because that means you want to see more. Follow me over on Instagram and TikTok and all that if you want to see some more of my book content, because that's what I'm doing mostly over there. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.